So Mulatto, not only are you a D-list celebrity, you're also a D-list celebrity that scams people. Sad. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? We, instead of a black V-neck, we upgrading it and we doing a black turtleneck style. The first person, and I really couldn't wait because they've been really irking me the last couple of months, especially since they consider themselves an essential worker in the middle of a pandemic, going and host super spreader events. Mulatto, with the name Mulatto, girl, you shouldn't be doing too much, okay? So let's get into one of y'all favorite D-list celebrities that just, who is living in this delusion. I guess the D in her D-list being on stands for delusion as well. Y'all know I ate her up back in August along with other folks these celebrities who think that, oh girl, I got plenty of money, but you're out here doing these 5K, 10K club appearances in the middle of a pandemic, putting people at risk. What's the tea, girl? And you want to call yourself an essential worker? Just let us know that you broke and you ain't got as much money as you claim. Which makes sense for you taking this hair and not promoting it. So I thought this situation that happened this weekend was an isolated incident. Come to find out, someone called out Mulatto and said it's been interesting watching her blow up and grow over the last 2 years, because 2 years ago we made an agreement that she was going to promote some hair. I gave her some hair and she didn't respond to it, to our messages. She never promoted it, and we never got any money. We never did anything. Like, she failed the contract. Now, some people started arguing saying, well, y'all should have had herself sign a contract, or what a real contract, or da-da-da. It wasn't a real agreement. Anything in writing, if it's a message, it's a contract. I don't know why everybody seems to think they're a legal scholar or they're gonna be appointed to the Supreme Court or something. You need an official contract. Yes, an official signed contract does, but a written agreement, if me and you messing each other, that's enough. That stuff will uphold in court, that we said that. Like, come on now. The contract stuff is just protecting me even more, and probably give you gonna come at either one of us if we don't fulfill the contract. So instead of Mulatto responding and saying, you know what, I messed up 2 years ago, here go a couple of racks, I apologize for that, boss status. Sis responded and said, 2 years later, I'm still getting 10K a post, and I still would have tagged, reimburse you if you approach me differently, boo. My last hairstylist stole all my wigs when we parted ways, and I'm still resolving issues today because of waiting 2 years for me to blow up. Sounds opportunistic. It's giving clout chaser. No, the only clout chaser is you. Instead of you, I really don't get you celebrities that claim that y'all have so much money dealing with so insignificant amount of stuff. You should have dropped that girl 5 or 10 stacks and said, hey girl, sorry about this. I was going through it at that time, but boss status, I support other females out here getting money. You could have ended that and it would have been nothing else for this woman to say. But no, you responded with your dumb post talking about something 2 years ago. I don't care if you owed me money 5, 10 years ago. I'm not the major 3 credit reporting agency. I'm not holding this on 7 years. I'm holding this for life. Okay, the times we living in, I need every coin. Everybody knows how it feels to be going through it, and then you start remembering all the folks who ain't paid you back and how their money can help you out right now. Mulatto is one of them folks. Like, sis is doing good. She's making a little extra coin. She out here hosting these super spreader events, getting a couple stacks here and there. She could have paid this girl on and moved on about her business, but instead, Mulatto blocked this girl, didn't want to respond, and then caused other people to come out and said she did me the same way. So, like I said, not only is she a D-list celebrity, she's a D-list celebrity that came to scam her way to at least a C-list. I mean, girl, you out here scamming not only us, but you, and thinking that you are some rich girl, some rich rapper, and you signed $1 million contracts. Mulatto, girl, we know, sis, we know you ain't getting no money like that. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with, folks doing events and stuff to make a little money, because I know how the labels are and how they be doing y'all in sideways, but the gig is up. Like, the gig is up and you are making it worse for yourself. And then when she was trying to clap back, they was eating her up. And they were asking and say, girl, are you black? And then she responded and said, I am black. But in a video that surfaced of her 2 years ago, baby, the number 2 does not work well for you. She was doing an interview with Vlad TV. And then she said, when they asked her, was she black? Whether she identify as black or biracial, whatever, she said she don't identify as anything. Matter of fact, I'm play a clip for y'all to hear it.
But did you identify as black or mixed or what?
I don't.
I don't like identifying with anything like specific. I rather, if I have to be something, I would say I'm biracial, mulatto. I don't like saying I'm white or black.
Okay.
Now, I don't really care for Vlad TV. I feel like they always, in black folks' business. And I think this is not even a black or brown person who even runs Vlad TV. But this is the second time, to my knowledge, have they caught some black woman up in some "am I black" type of situation. Now, I think we need to discuss the privilege and folks asking you what you identify as, because for a lot of black folks, I don't get the chance to even say it. It's automatically, yeah, you black. It's automatic. So it's just funny how some of y'all don't want to be called black until it's relevant for you all. Like, it's funny seeing y'all do this, and like y'all have now associated yourself with all this blackness because y'all see it's trending. You know you can make money off of it because you are a desirable, light-skinned, thin woman that has some type of southern accent. Alyssa, get your life together. You could have dropped a couple of stacks on these folks, a couple of racks or whatever you call it, and been done with it. But instead of doing that, you have caused more chaos. Now I'm going to give you just a little bit because that seems to be all you got. So I'm not going to invoice you too much because I think you ain't nothing but like 21 or 22. But you need to learn from this, sis. You need to learn from this. I don't understand how you celebrities are out here talking cash money 24/7. All you had to do was promote the hair. Had you just not promoted the hair, like your stylist stealing the stuff ain't got nothing to do with the money that is owed. Pay that girl her money. Since you didn't promote the wig, just pay the money and say, here go a couple stacks. I guarantee you, had just said that, that would have been the end. Your supporters would have had some type of receipts to come and support you and say, you know what? She was called out for it, and then she dropped that money. Ain't nothing to be said now. It would be nothing else to say. Because they've asked you for something, and now you have delivered it. But now what you're delivering is something that nobody can. I can't take this to the bank. I can't go to Georgia Power with your excuses of your stylist stealing your stuff. Like, it just seems like, Mulatto, you've already had a lot of heat on your neck for you calling yourself Mulatto, and then you're trying to argue and say it's the same thing, it's the equivalent of taking back the N-word. It is not. Mulatto is a derogatory term that comes from slavery, about slave masters raping black women and calling the children of this mulattoes. Like, there is nothing, and you don't even identify as black, so how you even, and even if you saying this week that you identify as black, why don't you accept that this ain't it? I've been here for you calling yourself Big Latto. I think it's cute, but honestly, at this point, your new introduction to yourself needs to be Big Latto dumb ass. Not no Big Latto big cash, because if you had a little cash, if you had a lot of cash and you were hitting the jackpot, you would be out here dropping money to folks who saying that you owe them. You would be shutting them up. But you're not on boss status. You're not doing any boss things, and you're not moving in. Like, you ain't moving nothing but your lips and your fingers blocking folks who you owe money to. So pay this girl her due and move on about your business. I'm just not understanding. Like, since you bringing so much unnecessary heat to you, now that folks are deliberately digging up stuff on you because this Vlad TV interview was not even circulated until this. Who is y'all PR? That's what I be trying to. That's how I know you don't mean nothing to the label. That's how I know you ain't worth a couple of mil. Girl, you probably worth a couple of $100,000. That's why you doing club events, sis. And let me be clear, because these dealerships in Atlanta be spilling all of y'all tea. They be spending. I got a couple of friends that work in these dealerships, and they be talking about how bad y'all be coming in here trying to get these high-priced cars with y'all bad credit and have to put down and pay enormous amount of money that y'all don't have. Mulatto, you might be making. I'll give you making $300,000 a year. I'll give you $300,000-$400,000. I'll give you that. But sis, you spend so much money that you might as well be bringing in $27,000. That's how it works. Like, that's how it works. You bring in $300,000, but you spending $250,000 just to look like you worth $700,000-$800,000. Like, I just wondering where are the folks at that's coming in here being realistic and telling the girls what it is. Like, girl, I'm a struggling artist. I'm out here trying to work it, out here working. You only seem to do it when it's convenient for you. That's why you change your stuff from you a essential worker. Like, you were saying that back, like, I'm an essential worker. I'm out here I'm providing for my family. But then we got videos of you throwing cash and talking about how much money you spent on this. Like, what is it? Explain to me and my homegirls, because we're all confused of what's going on, because at one day you talk about you got plenty of money, you ain't worried about nothing, and then the next day you throwing events in Valdosta, Georgia. That lets me know that you out here hosting college campus events. That's where you are in your career. Let me scoot up my stool. You are hosting college events. You are not no A-list celebrity, you're not no B-list celebrity, you're not no C-list. Don't let them followers on Instagram confuse you. You doing decent, I would say, because to be able to pack some clubs like this, it's really cute. Like, and you using your stuff, but you doing more work to make the money. Like, your body can't keep up with this. And y'all be wondering why y'all be falling out and dying at 27, 28, because y'all out here hustling. Your body can't keep up with that. Your body cannot keep up doing it. I've always reminded, it's the equivalent of folks who are dependent on not full-time hours, but extra hours, like the overtime that you receive, the 20. You can't, because that is not always guaranteed. And we should live in a place where folks are being able to pay their bills. We're working 40 hours a week, but we don't live in this world. But for somebody like Mulatto or Big Latto, who's proud of herself of being this rich folk, like, and out here literally spitting and stepping on folks to get where she's at, what does that say about your riches and stuff that you have gotten when all you're doing is stepping over folks to get to where you are at? Pay these folks this money, send them an apology, and move on about your business. Like, sis, it's not that difficult. So, Mulatto, she ain't been on Twitter. I don't think she said anything, because everybody eating her up. And every day that she does this, she starts to hurt her credibility, and she starts to hurt her brand. And she gonna be forever still doing these events at these college campuses and host little cute gigs and stuff for 10 stacks and stuff. Cause I'm be honest, the club that you performing in, the clubs that you hosting, ain't nobody paying you no $100,000 to show up in no Valdosta, Georgia. If you were really worth that much, you'd be setting out stuff in Atlanta. Like, you'll be doing stuff like Gucci Man and what's name was doing this weekend. You'll be out here commanding $500,000 deals, but you're not out here doing it. So, girl, we ain't stupid. We got plenty of time on our hands to be able to see through the bullshit, and you got to be kidding me. So get through shucking and jiving and tell the truth. Pay these folks this money that you owe them for stealing them wigs, because, girl, we're going to start calling you the swiper, girl, because you out here swiping wigs and ain't posting on Instagram.
Oh, go shuck and jive, I'm gon' shuck and jive, I'm gon' get on down and tap dance, I'm gon' shuck and